I smiled, finishing the final touches on the painting. It was an interesting choice. I remember how amazed I felt when I first learned about the technique. With the addition of herbs to the paint and a rare stroking style, a portrait could be transformed into a masterpiece. It seemed too good to be true, but here it was. I took a step back, admiring the work. The wavy chestnut strokes flowed down the shoulders of the girl inside the canvas. Her lips quirked up in a smile. I wondered if anyone would ever ask me why the girl was smiling. I didn't have a response to that. She always smiled. That's how she was. Her eyes were beautiful, round, sparkly, glimmering with life. In one hand was a paintbrush. She loved to paint, like me. She was tidier though. My shirt constantly had paint stains on it, but hers was cleaner than reason. I wasn't sure why I added that. It just looked right. "Lorna," my mom called out from the stairs. "Time for school." I didn't bother to reply. Those eyes kept me enchanted, locked into their gaze. It almost felt like I could reach out at any moment and touch her, feel her skin on mine, laugh when she laughed, wept when she wept. We could be friends, I thought. I never had friends. My painting took up all of my time. "Lorna!" Mom screamed again. I broke free of my stupor and realized with a start that I'd almost managed to ruin the paint. My fingers shook just an inch above the swirling mix of color, trembling as I returned them to my sides. I'd almost ruined the painting. I grabbed my bag at the side, not bothering to clean up my hands as I went downstairs, ready to start another day at hell. When I got back to my bedroom, I was horrified. Streaks of red trickled down the cheeks of my masterpiece. The liquid was still wet, dripping down across the canvas onto the floor. My painting was crying blood, and I knew who was responsible. I ran to the living room, screaming at my little sister, Jessie, about what she'd done. I yelled every single word I could think of, calling her worthless and annoying. I couldn't control myself. My world had turned red, and instead of cleaning it up, I decided to paint it black. That night, Jessie slept alone, crying herself to sleep. "What's wrong with you?" Mom asked, once my sister fell asleep. "It's just a painting, just a painting, just a painting." This was my magnum opus. I wanted to scream, to cry, to stomp my feet and throw things until anger faded. Enraged, I slammed the door shut with such force it rattled my bones. I turned to the painting. The anger dissipated in seconds. Why'd I been so angry? It wasn't like I couldn't clean it up. I grabbed the tube of titanium white I kept nearby and got back to work. Hours went by in the span of minutes. I treated every stroke with care. My hands moved with a precision that even a surgeon would be hard-pressed to match. I wasn't sure when I stopped, but when I did, the world turned black. I woke up in shambles, realizing what I'd done. I ran to Jessie's bedroom. There she was. Guilt tore at my heart. She looked so small, so precious. I couldn't even think of hurting her the way I did yesterday. She must have felt me staring because she woke up. I have never felt so terrified. She was thin, like a skeleton. Her face seemed to have been aged by 10 lifetimes. Her skin was pale as bone. And when she opened her mouth, maybe to ask me why I scolded her the way I did, because no one deserves to be treated like that. The effort seemed to physically exhaust her. She reached out, as if to hug me, but collapsed onto the ground. I ran to get Mom. Every minute we spent waiting for the ambulance felt like an eternity, until finally they wheeled her into the vehicle. My heart didn't stop racing until the hospital came into view. I didn't go to school that day. The doctor said she lost a lot of blood, but she had no visible wounds, not even scarring or anything of the sort. The blood had vanished overnight. My mom slept with Jessie in the hospital. I went home, not bothering to turn on any of the lights as I charged for my bedroom. The next few minutes are a blur. I walked in, and my mind just stopped. There, in the center, My magnum opus continued to weep tears of my sister's blood, her lips still caught in her malevolent smirk. It didn't stop there. Over the next few days, everyone I knew began to experience the symptoms. Family, teachers, even classmates I've never met in my life. My mom's almost on her deathbed, but I think I managed to figure out a way to stop it, at least for now. I'm sorry, so sorry. My mom's insurance was enough to cover her medical bills, thankfully, but I needed to do something. She wants me, you see, she wants me all for herself. She doesn't like to share, but I don't think she can keep doing this, not at the rate with which she nearly killed my sister. I think it's because she's focusing in on more people, and that's where you come in. I'm sorry, okay? But Jessie, she actually smiled today and walked. The doctors say she can make a full recovery. She and my mom are all I have left. You can save yourself too if you want. Spread the word to whoever you can, friends, family, even a stranger on the street. You know that annoying coworker who keeps stealing your food from the fridge. They could all vanish overnight. All you have to do is spread the word. Thank you for listening to my painting Cries Blood by the 13 Shadows. If you enjoyed this story, please leave a like, and if you enjoy hearing stories from me, please subscribe and become a resident of Hill Street, and let me know how I'm doing in the comments. And I hope you all have a fantastic night.